Hello boys and girls, how are you? Today we will talk about the biomes in WorldBox, explaining each one and what you need to know, although first I will give you some tips to use them. Well, the first thing to keep in mind is that now each time you create a world in the game, this will bring several different biomes on each island. It is your decision to keep them or edit the world. Second, remember that to apply biome you must put soils, and do not forget that there is a difference between high and low soil, that is, each one will give a different type of appearance to the biome, so put a little of each one. Then scroll to the Nature and Disasters section and select the biome seed you want to apply to the soil. Then finally use the tree and plant fertilizers to grow the respective trees and plants in the biomes. You can also add shrubs if the biome allows it. Third, remember that biomes fight, they consume each other, so to avoid this, deactivate this world law. And fourth and last, in the arena you cannot plant biomes. Now let's start. Grassland biome. This is the common biome that had accompanied us since the beginning of the game. It is characterized by being suitable for all types of life, having forest-like trees, very small plants, and in it you can put berry bushes. Various animals appear naturally in it, like the fox, which is a new neutral unit with the traits of intelligent and agile, and other animals that already have time to be in the game, such as the wolves, the crabs, the rabbits, the hens, and the sheep. Savanna biome. This is a new biome, which is inspired by the arid savannas of the African continent, and is characterized by having baobab trees, arid soil, and dry grasses. Various animals appear naturally in it, such as rhinos, which are animals, herbivores, large, strong and hostile. The buffaloes. They are strong, neutral, cow-like herbivorous animals. The hyenas. That they are hostile, carnivorous animals. Cats. And crabs. Winter biome. This is generated when the temperature of a soil drops a lot in WorldBox, even the shallow waters freeze. It is characterized by having beautiful snowy pine trees, in which the bushes do not grow, and it has plants that look like frozen grass. And while civilizations can progress in this thanks to the fact that they create crops, other animals cannot, and they starve because there are no herbs. However, he has a great curiosity, and that is that animals, such as bears, wolves, dogs, and cats, that are generated there will have a beautiful white or grayish skin. Also emphasize how beautiful this biome looks and how good it looks when we use snow clouds on it. Mushroom biome. Biome characterized by being full of giant mushrooms or fungi, very similar to the Minecraft biome of the same name. Its plants are not very remarkable and do not add much relevance to it, in which you can put bushes. It is perfect for any type of life. The only animals that appear there naturally are sheep. A curiosity about this biome is that, if you summon sheep in it, they will have skins of various very striking and beautiful colors, giving a magical touch to the biome. Desert and beach biome. This combined biome could say it like this: it has also accompanied us from the beginning of the game. As for its characteristics, the most important are that it only has two types of plants: palm trees, which are created if this land is on the water's edge, and cactus, which are created inside the sandy terrain if it is not in contact with water. It is not appropriate for any type of life since there is no fertile land. Civilized units will not develop there and will starve. Animals also die since there is no food. The only thing that is generated are crabs. We could say that it is only aesthetic. Corrupted biome. This biome is a bit scary. Its most memorable characteristics are its gloomy environment, trees that seem to be alive like the classics of horror stories, plants that seem to be more than all bones. In it only 3 types of creatures appear. Living skulls. These are hostile creatures, doing very little damage. Ghosts, which levitate above the ground and are generated when humanoid creatures die in this biome. According to the creators themselves, this biome corrupts the soul and body of the creatures that die in it. Ghosts are hostile and can inherit traits from their old bodies. And the skeletons that are generated when a humanoid creature is killed by another in this biome. In this case, it is the body of the creature that is corrupted. This does not always happen, and sometimes only a ghost is generated and not a skeleton, as already we know skeletons are hostile. A curiosity about this biome is that some animals like turtles, sheep, bears, rabbits, dogs, wolves, and cats, when generated in this, will bring a black or grayish skin, giving an even more mystery touch to it. Hell biome. Biome inspired by hell. It is characterized by a reddish soil that can set fire to the units, trees, and trunks of these in eternal flames. Plants that are not very noticeable. You cannot add bushes obviously, and in it they are only generated automatically. Skulls on fire, which are like a version of the skulls of the corrupted biome. But now for this biome, they are hostile, and although they do not do much damage, they have a trick up their sleeve, and that is that when they die they release fire around them, being able to kill the that they killed them. And for those who believe that demons would normally appear in it, I regret to say that this does not happen, although I must admit that the demons with their fire towers do match the style of this biome, and finally in it, if civilizations can be developed. Jungle biome. This biome is characterized by its large and super leafy trees and plants which can make it look like a real tropical forest. Berry bushes can be put in it, and it is totally suitable for the life of civilized units or animals, due to the great amount of resources you own. Various animals are automatically spawned on it, such as monkey, which is an intelligent and fast neutral animal. It only attacks hostile creatures, or if they attack it first, and it does it by throwing poop at them. That's right, I know it sounds funny, but it is capable of killing dangerous creatures with poop, especially when it is in a herd. Snake. Reptile, agile, hostile and poisonous. When attacking, it injects a poison that takes life from its victim for a certain time. It comes in different colors, and it swims very well in water. Cat. And frog. Which is a neutral and agile. One of its best characteristics is that it moves by jumping, and if someone eats it they will be poisoned since its meat is poisonous. Swamp biome. A very sticky biome. Its main characteristic and what stands out is that it is not composed of soil but of turbid waters that form on high and low soils. Its trees are similar to South American mangroves. Its plants are water lilies of lotus and swamp grass. It is this that gives it its great unique touch, even though civilizations cannot be spawned on it. The animals that are generated in it are snakes, crocodiles, which are hostile reptiles, good swimmers and very strong, and frogs. Finally, emphasize that the piranhas generated in this have a beautiful swamp skin and that this biome fits very well with the jungle one, so you can put them together and they will look incredible. And finally, a secret biome, the radioactive one. This biome was introduced as an Easter egg to the game and is characterized by the fact that it can only be generated on the ground by throwing it into this acid or by exploding several nuclear bombs on it, either from the Tsar or the normal one. Although it is not scary at all, it is very incredible since it has very rare trees. Its plants are hardly noticeable and in it a creature is generated that is also an Easter egg. I am talking about acid slime. This is characterized by being hostile, not very harmful, but when it dies it expels acid around it, being able to kill many units due to how dangerous it is. Civilizations can be developed in this, although animals cannot. Finally, it is known that in future updates it will be improved. That was it. I hope you have loved this great guide to biomes. Do not forget to subscribe and leave me a like. See you soon.